What's up everybody, Alex here, and welcome to the Dota Underlords Best Builds of the Week, the weekly series where every Monday I show you the best builds for Dota Underlords for the entire week. So the first build of the week is Primordials and Mages, and what you're going to use a targeting buddy, the wonderful targeting buddy that I hope you're able to grab, otherwise you put Tiny in that position, but let's assume you got the targeting buddy. What you're doing is you're putting Tiny and Dragon Knight here, Dragon Knight being activated by Puck. You're protecting your rear line because Arc Warden's going to create his clone right there, and essentially what you're going to do is you are going to have a ton of damage from the rear line, Puck and Keeper of the light position, so that they can kind of shoot their skills diagonally across the screen. Overall, a very effective build, and with the mana regeneration being offered by Crystal Maiden and the Lich's Ace of Mages, where the regeneration is increased by 10% per level, you are going to be casting spells. So in this build, you're going to want to look for Octarines on, for Lina and for Puck especially. The Octarine is awesome on those two units. It's also going to allow Tiny to get a throw nice and early and Enigma to do some work as well. And for the second build of the week, I wanted to do something a little different. So what we've got here is we've got Demon Hunters, Mages, and Dragons. And so what we're doing is we're taking advantage of the Lich's Ace of Mages ability, which is going to allow the Terrorblade to transform rather quickly. So that'll allow you to not have to put a Blink Dagger on him. Sand King's going to be providing some stuns. Puck positions so that his diagonal attack there is going to damage as many enemies as possible. Phantom Assassin, just a straight up DPS machine with Mask of Madness or Moonstone. Ogre Magi, pretty tanky up front, and Viper with his corrosive skin is going to generally slow down the attacking units in the front. Overall, a very balanced build, especially with the DPS your Dragon Knight's going to be putting out. For the third build of the week, we are taking advantage of the Tombstone and lots of summons, and what we're doing is we're going after a strategy that revolves around kind of getting a ton of summons on the board. That's going to be stacking the Savage damage over time buff. Sand King, obviously with his stuns, can be very useful, but the positioning of the Tombstone is important because within two blocks all around, it's going to be summoning zombies. The zombies are affected by the Summoning Stone, which are going to increase their DPS and their health, which also helps all the summons that are being created here. We're splashing it with Demon Hunters because Demon Hunters are not being used very commonly. They're easily accessible in the current meta, and they add a lot of damage to this current build. And the fourth build is your classics, Warlocks, Dragons, and Knights. What you're doing here is you're getting your classic Warlocks with Witch Doctor and Necrophos to keep your Knights up, which also activates your Heartless. With that being said, if you can get Fall from Grace helps a ton. It activates 2 additional units for Heartless, which allows for an additional 5 armor off the opposing team. Viper is a great pick here because Viper is currently doing a ton of damage, being used in a lot of builds. You can use Puck in this position. You'd probably switch, like if you wanted Puck, you can put Puck in here like this. It'd still be very effective, not a major issue at all. I think Viper's a little more effective right now. Keep in mind, Puck on the edge here is going to be very elusive in the sense that his ability allows him to actually phase shift and avoid damage. So overall, a very good build, and one that's always a go-to in the current meta. And for the final build of the week, we got something rather expensive for those of you that are able to make it to round 35. We've got Warriors, Warlocks, splashed with Shamans and Trolls, and what we've got here, we've got basically a ton of super expensive units. This current meta, especially in the later parts of the game, could very well revolve around who has the most valuable units at 2 and 3 stars. And I mean, you're looking at Witch Doctor being the only unit under epic or legendary here, so it's an expensive build. You'd want to use other strategies to get here, like you want to go like Scrappies and Druids or something, and slowly kind of replace those units with these ones here. But realistically, if you can get to this, extremely balanced, especially with you got 3 aces in there, so you can't expect 3 aces at like round 25, but if you're getting to round 30, 35, 40, hopefully you're able to get a few aces in there and really round out this strategy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a special thank you to all my wonderful subscribers. Take care and good luck in Dota Underlords.